This episode of Headlock Talk is brought to you by
Austin-based company Naturally Hemp's and their new line of CBD gummies. These gummies are made with 100% baked-in, pharmaceutical-grade, non-isolate-based CBD. What we're talking about here is the entourage effect. The entourage effect refers to the stronger effect you get when combining multiple cannabinoids together, as opposed to just CBD. Full-spectrum CBD, or CBD distillate, tends to be more potent and lasts longer, which is what we're talking about here. Unlike some other brands that use a spray-on CBD, Naturally Hemp CBD distillate is baked in, so you know you're getting the full dose with each gummy. I personally use them for all kinds of things, like sleep aid or muscle pain. And did I mention they taste great? They got 5 flavors, strawberry, green apple, lemon lime, watermelon, and get this, the orange flavor has vitamin C in it. Ooh. So if this sounds like something you could go for, head over to your nearest Create a Sig vape shop and pick yours up today to see for yourself the difference Naturally Hemp's gummies can make in your life.
Oh, where is everybody? They can't be late. I wonder if maybe I'm early. I don't know. This is an empty room. I guess I'll go ahead and hit this record button. Hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Headlock Talk for our WrestleMania weekend coverage here. My name's Tanner, and to my left, well, there's actually nobody to my left. To my right, nobody to my right either, guys. So it's just you and me here today. Just real quick here, Steven and Chase decided to take the night off from doing a recording here with us for the WrestleMania weekend coverage. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a rundown of the G1 card and my thoughts on it, and I hope that you guys enjoy. Where I got in on the G1 card, I believe I started right at the tail end of the Honor Rumble, which looked pretty awesome, considering that Jushin Thunder Liger and the Great Muta came back, and they got an appearance at Madison Square Garden, very well deserved after both men having long storied careers. And I think that's actually really, really awesome that they got to be here for WrestleMania weekend inside Madison Square Garden. The Honor Rumble was won by Kenny King, so he will get a future Ring of Honor World Championship title shot. Fans online weren't too pleased with that, but I imagine that has a lot more to do with Jushin and the Great Muta being there more than anything else. So kudos to Kenny King. He'll be getting that future Ring of Honor World Championship shot. One of my favorite matches of the night actually opened the show, the main show, which would have been Jeff Cobb versus Will Ospreay. Ospreay was over really big. Jeff Cobb was over pretty big too. This was a winner takes all for the never open weight and Ring of Honor World Television Championships. Match went just shy of about 13 minutes. There were some really great spots. The storytelling was very much in the way of Will Ospreay using his speed and his cunning, his agility against the much larger, more ground-based Jeff Cobb. There was some really cool spots here, particularly Jeff Cobb hitting a super tour of the islands from the middle rope, which was really, really cool. Really great visual. Will Ospreay had some other awesome spots, but the story of the match here is that he just couldn't put away Jeff Cobb. He tried a few finishers, some of which he wasn't able to lift up Jeff Cobb all the way to hit the finisher. But that is what it is. That's how Will Ospreay got defeated in this match. So I would recommend checking this one out. It was a very good opener and set the pace for a really good show. We also had Roosh defeating Dalton Castle up next within about 15 seconds. This match was, I'll admit, this was the first time I would have been seeing Roosh, but he certainly made an impact I didn't get all of what I wanted to see out of Roosh, obviously, because it only went 15 seconds. Roosh defeated Dalton Castle with a series of shotgun drop kicks, and that's all she wrote, really. Dalton Castle, after the match, turned on the boys. Dalton Castle, he's a unique character. He gets accompanied to the ring by a group of young men that he calls the boys, and they're dressed in like warrior garb or Amazonian garb. But yeah, they tried to cheer him up after the match, and Dalton Castle was just not having any of it. So it looks like he turned heel. He certainly was not happy about such a quick loss. I believe it was about this point in the show where we're shown basically Juice Robinson backstage. He got attacked backstage by an unknown assailant. We can only imagine that it could have possibly been Bully Ray. So he, we were shown that Juice Robinson was laid out backstage, which reopened up Bully Ray's open challenge match. Let's see here. Kelly Klein defeated Mayu Iwatani for the Women of Honor Championship. A pretty decent match for what I saw of it. Admittedly, we actually had a slight power outage here at the house, so the internet went down for a few seconds, so I didn't get to see a lot of this. But for what it's worth, it was pretty good. The story here, can Kelly Klein actually beat Mayu Iwatani? I think they had a series of 4 other matches before this being the 5th rubber match here. And Kelly Klein won the championship off of Mayu Iwatani. It went about 10 and a half, almost 11 minutes long. Pretty decent overall. Let me see here. Okay. Yes, Bully Ray came out to say that his open challenge is still open. He ran off the rapper Mega Ran, who had done the theme song for the show. Mega Ran came out to do a performance, and then Bully Ray came out and, well, he bullied him. So Mega Ran hightailed out of there. So Bully Ray got on the mic saying that his open challenge is still open, and who answered it but none other than Flip Gordon. Flip Gordon was a big question mark over this card here because we didn't know if he could get clearance in time from an injury, and he came back looking better than ever. So that was definitely very cool of him. Really cool surprise. The crowd was really hot for Flip Gordon. Let me see here. Going through my notes here, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your patience with me. Oh, yes. So the match went just a few minutes in, and then Shane Taylor and Silas Young, who are some allies, we'll say, of Bully Ray, they came out and started attacking Flip Gordon. And who else was there to make the save but none other than Juice Robinson and Mark Haskins, actually. If you follow our Twitter timeline, you know that we're big fans of Mark Haskins from Progress. So it was cool to see him here rather at MSG having a big moment for his career. It was, it is what it is. This was going to be a 6-man New York City street fight because they turned it into a tag match after that. It is what it is. I personally liked it. I thought it was a nice, fun match that kind of gave the audience something different to see. Even though the technical wrestling all night long was really, really good, it was, I think it was something nice, something different, something refreshing. We got to see some really good spots with Mark Haskins and Juice Robinson helping Flip Gordon get a what's up on Bully Ray. So yeah, overall, pretty decent. Not the best hardcore match I've ever seen, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it was definitely very, very good. Flip Gordon did get to prove how tough he was. He took repeated shots from with kendo sticks from Bully Ray, Shane Taylor, and Silas Young. So, yeah, Flip Gordon's a tough guy. Next on the card here, we had a match that I was really excited for. We had Dragon Lee defeating Taiji Ishimori and Bandito for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. So, with that said, I mean, I was going into this thinking, man, it'd be really cool if Bandito won. I'm pretty high on Bandito right now. He's just an amazing performer. I don't really see a lot of the comparisons that they make with Rey Mysterio. I think Bandito's definitely more of his own guy here, but he's definitely one of the next great luchadors for sure. And so is Dragon Lee for that matter. Dragon Lee had a really awesome performance. He landed a really sick running destroyer pile driver, and that was something to behold. This match went about just shy of 9 minutes actually. I really could have gone with it being a bit longer if you don't have any worries about time or anything like that. But I think some of the other matches on the card perhaps were a little bit more deserving of time. But for me, I would have much rather have seen this match go another 5 minutes or so. It was definitely that good. Well, let's talk about this next match here. The Guerrillas of Destiny, which is Tama Tonga and Tangaloa, they defended their IWGP championships, tag team championships, against Villain Enterprises, which is PCO and Brody King, who are the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. They also put their titles on the line in a winner-takes-all match here. Also competing against Los Ingobernables de Japón, Evil and Sonata, and the Briscoe brothers, who are legends in Ring of Honor tag wrestling regardless. So all 4 teams put in good work. PCO, what more can I say about PCO? He took one of the craziest bumps that I've ever seen, where he's an over 300-pound man, and he was hoisted up for a power bomb, an over-the-top rope power bomb onto the floor. I think it was the Guerrillas of Destiny who performed the move, but yeah, it was crazy. He just flew down to the ground. So props to PCO, man. That was one of the craziest things I've seen all night. But yeah, a very solid match here. There was a lot of controversy with this one here too. You had what looked like, after the match, some fans jumping the barricade, and it actually turns out that it was none other than Big Cass and Enzo Amore. So I'm a little bit confused here. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things about this here, because they jumped the barricade and they immediately start attacking other wrestlers. The Briscoes got involved, and then Bully Ray came out and got involved. And it looks, from everything I can see from video, it looks like a legit fight. Because why would there be any reason why Bully Ray rather, come out? Not in heel mode, obviously, but why would he come out and then start attacking these other guys? That to me makes no sense at all. The fight looked pretty real, and then they had security take Enzo Amore and Big Cass to the back. So here's what I've heard. I can't confirm any of this, but I'm trying to put the pieces together for y'all as best as I can. From what I've been told, they were brought in from by Ring of Honor higher-ups, right? The higher-ups wanted to shoot an angle with Big Cass and Enzo Amore, but that wasn't really looked too kindly upon by the booking team, is what I've heard. So if it's a work, they made it look like a really, really good work. But let's not forget that Enzo Amore has a history of trying to interrupt live shows to make a name for himself here. If they are part of Ring of Honor, I don't know what else to say. Ring of Honor's been a good proving ground for guys who leave WWE to go elsewhere. But I don't know. There's just something that just doesn't fit with Enzo Amore and Big Cass being in Ring of Honor. Especially after Ring of Honor has done all this good work about signing guys like Jeff Cobb and Bandito and Mark Haskins. They're doing these really good deals. I don't know, man. It just seems like a very odd move to me. I'm not super high on Big Cass or Enzo Amore. I think if you look at either of their performances from either guy in WWE right before it ended, it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world. But I know these guys just generate a lot of real heat from people. They're not the most well-liked guys in the wrestling community, but, they have their fans, and, maybe Ring of Honor sees something in that. I don't know. But this is certainly not the Ring of Honor that I grew up with, that's for sure. Let's see here. Let's get to something fun here now, because I don't really want to take too much time talking about Enzo and Cass. Let me see. Zack Sabre Jr. had a really good match with Hiroshi Tanahashi. I thought it was definitely one of the better matches on the card at this point. This was exactly what you would think it would be. This was Zack Sabre doing a Zack Sabre match where it's really submission heavy, some stiffness as far as the strikes are concerned. A lot of joint manipulation, that kind of thing. And then Hiroshi Tanahashi, of course, in the role of playing Superman. So Tanahashi would try and wriggle out of the submissions. He'd make some comebacks, start the high fly flow stuff. But Zack Sabre Jr. is just a little bit too much for Tanahashi on this night here. So he walks away as the Rev Pro champion, retaining his title. Zack Sabre Jr. does. So, really good match. Definitely recommend checking that one out. On to the next match. Yeah, this was what I would have said would have been the match of the card up to this point. They followed a very good Zack Sabre Jr. and Hiroshi Tanahashi match with Kota Ibushi defeating Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. This match went just over 20 minutes, close to 21 minutes from everything that I can see here. Very, very well done by both guys. A little bit sloppy at some parts, but very chaotic, and of course very well deserved from Kota Ibushi winning that championship. I figured that he was going to be destined for big things since he's now signed this long-term contract, and this is the first step. Definitely see an IWGP heavyweight run for him potentially in the future, but we'll have to wait and see, and let's enjoy this Intercontinental Championship from him. I think he's got a lot of potential to make that belt very, very special. And this next match went a little bit too long for me. It was the three-way ladder match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Jay Lethal put the title on the line against Matt Taven and Marty Scurll. Marty Scurll I've seen a lot of. Jay Lethal I've seen a lot of. Matt Taven I've seen next to nothing of. This was an interesting occasion. Matt Taven definitely stood out. So did Jay Lethal. Marty Scurll also stood out in their own way. So each guy had a chance to shine here. But Matt Taven, this was definitely Matt Taven's turn to go over. From what it seems, his journey towards the World Championship has been completed. He actually brought out an extra large, extra purple ladder. Basically there's a spot where he knocked Jay Lethal off the top of the ladder. He hit him with the belt that was hanging in the air. He hit Jay Lethal in the head with the belt. Jay Lethal fell backwards and landed straight through a ladder that was kind of propped up with one of the other rungs of the ladder that the giant purple ladder that they were climbing. So very, very cool spot, but again, a little bit long for my taste here. Ladder matches at best should maybe be about 20 minutes. This one was almost 10 minutes longer than that, so it ran a little bit long for my taste, but solid nonetheless. And then the main event, Kazuchika Okada and Jay White. Jay White obviously defending the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. The story here is Okada wants to be the guy to take New Japan forward, and Jay White is basically saying that Okada's time has come and that his time is now. So overall, a very, very good main event. Okada's got definitely the best drop kick I've ever seen in all of wrestling. There's a lot of similarities, I would say, to maybe somebody like Randy Orton, and someone like Kazuchika Okada. He has this natural in-ring instinct, which is crazy. You don't find that in a lot of guys, really. But Jay White played a very, very good champion. His role here was just to be a master at counters and reversals, and it always seemed like he had Okada's number no matter what the direction turned. The ending sequence of the match was really, really cool. Jay White kicks out of the Rainmaker, and everybody thought that was going to be the finish. So immediately when Jay White kicked out, all of Madison Square Garden went from cheering to almost dead silence, which was really kind of cool. Okada then completed another sequence of maneuvers to finally put away Jay White. And so Kazuchika Okada is your new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion for the 5th time. So that's a phenomenal record for Okada. I mean, potential challengers that you could have for Okada, you're looking at, Jay White should definitely be a long-term rival for Okada at this point, from what I'm thinking here. These guys had a really, really good match together. And I wouldn't be surprised if we were going to see a lot more of this in the future. Obviously, Okada's feelings towards the Bullet Club are not friendly. He's definitely had his fair share of encounters with them for a long, long time, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that continued. You also have Tetsuya Naito, who he lost the IC title earlier in the evening, and I think it's definitely very possible that you could see him maybe go for a shot at the title sometime in the future. But yeah, I don't see there being any shortage of opponents that you could give to Okada at this point. He's going to have another probably really solid run, and it's going to take somebody really, really good to take that belt off of him. Other than that, guys, what would I recommend viewing off of this match here? Look, the whole card was really good. I know a lot of people liked it just as much as TakeOver. I personally am not in that camp, though I really do like me some New Japan. The Ring of Honor stuff was just a little bit just not up to the par that I remember Ring of Honor being. It's definitely not the days of Bryan Danielson or Nigel McGuinness. It's not the days of CM Punk and Samoa Joe. We'll just have to see where they go from here, but they do have a lot of good talent. They have Jeff Cobb, Bandito. Like to see them do more with Mark Haskins because he's super tough, really great competitor. We'll just have to wait and see where we go here. But matches that I would recommend seeing for sure. Obviously, the main event, Okada versus Jay White. They went just about 33 minutes here. Let's see, Kota Ibushi versus Naito would probably be second there. Dragon Lee versus Taiji Ishimori and Bandito. Definitely recommend that one, of course. Again, I would have liked it to have gone maybe about 5 to 7 minutes longer. But it is what it is. It was very, very good for what you got in return for it. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tanahashi was really solid. And then, of course, Jeff Cobb and Will Ospreay was really good too. So if you enjoyed the show, definitely let us know what you think here. Leave us a comment, a rating, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you ever have questions for our mailbag, don't forget to hit us up at headlocktalk@gmail.com. Again, that's headlocktalk@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter. Hit that Twitter button there and search for @headlocktalk. Again, it's @headlocktalk. You can always give us a follow, leave us some comments, leave us a review. We're definitely looking for feedback as to how we can do the show even better in the future. So check us out there. And guys, enjoy WrestleMania. WrestleMania's tonight. Don't forget to check out our preview episode for WrestleMania. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and YouTube. So check us out there, guys. We definitely want to, build a really good community here for everybody to discuss wrestling. And tonight's gonna be really awesome. So I look forward to hearing from you guys and your thoughts on the show. We'll do post-show coverage tonight, and can't wait to see what all of y'all think. Otherwise, again, my name's Tanner, and you guys have yourselves a wonderful WrestleMania evening.